Shalom, this is Shmuel Hertzfeld, and you're watching the Rabbi Shmuel Show. I'm here with Mona Charen. Now, Mona, are you of the Jewish faith?
I am.
Because people think that maybe you're not Jewish.
Why do they think that?
Not because your last name is Charen, but because your writings are conservative, and they think all Jews are liberals. So you really are of the Jewish faith.
If they want to look at my emails and my letters sometime and see all the anti-Semites who know I'm Jewish, then they.
So Mona, you get
no doubt.
You get. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but you get emails from anti-Semites.
I do sometimes, yes.
Which of your columns have sparked such debate? Let me introduce you. This is Mona Charen, syndicated columnist. Her writings appear in hundreds of newspapers each week. They are also featured on the websites of the National Review, online, and Town Hall. And Mona's authored 2 books, at least, if not more. She's a graduate of Barnard, where my wife went to college as well. And Mona's written the book called Useful Idiots. Is there a subtitle?
There was. How Liberals Got It Wrong in the Cold War and Still Blame America First. That was published in 2003.
Right, so that's Useful Idiots. And the other one is Do-Gooders, right?
Yes.
And what's the exact title?
How Liberals Hurt Those They Claim to Help and the Rest of Us.
So
I like long subtitles.
Well, let's get to the heart of this here. You think liberals are hurting America?
I do.
Now, why would you say it in one sentence? A few sentences in a nutshell? What are liberals doing that is harmful to America?
Well, they're on many levels. If you want to look at it from the point of view of foreign policy, we can look at the way things are going right now with Barack Obama, a very committed liberal in charge of foreign policy, and he brings to it the liberal frame of mind, which is that the trouble in the world arises from the fact that America has been too belligerent, America has been too powerful, that if we are nicer and gentler and if we appease our enemies, that things will go better in the world. So he's acting on that. His foreign policy is sucking up to the Syrians. He's made numerous attempts to repair relations with Syria. We're sending an ambassador. He has made numerous attempts to ingratiate himself with the mullahs of Iran, which they continually rebuff, and been very, very quiet about the vicious human rights violations that the Iranian regime is committing on our television screens on an almost daily basis, whereas he is beating up on traditional allies like Great Britain and Israel.
Oh, and Barack Obama ran for president. He said he did not want an arrogant foreign policy. Mm-hmm. So I like the way you say
the same thing.
I like the way you say that means watch out. So you think that what do you think Barack Obama meant by an arrogant foreign policy, and do you think he has stayed true to that vision and avoided an arrogant foreign policy?
No, actually, I think he brings an arrogance of his own to foreign policy, though he probably wouldn't see it that way. But for example, vis-a-vis the Israel-Palestinian dispute, numerous times since taking office, he has laid it out that if the parties could only see, as he does from his imperial post, that it's in their interest to make peace, and that he wants what's best for them. If only they could see it the way he does, that they would then understand the wisdom of what he's recommending, or indeed pressuring them to do. And this is a tremendous degree of arrogance, because Israelis are living day to day with the threat of terror, with thwarted terror attacks. They see the missiles that have bombarded them nonstop since they did what the Obama crowd wanted and gave Gaza up completely. They abandoned Gaza.
But that happened with George Bush and Ariel Sharon.
Right, but it was the same frame of mind. It was Israel has got to make all of the gestures. Israel needs to, as Nancy Pelosi said recently, Israel has to have the courage to make sacrifices, take risks for peace.
This is what Nancy Pelosi said.
Yes. And, you know, that...
Maybe we should have her on the Rabbi Shmuel show and ask her to speak for that,
yes.
to respond to Mona's point. Nancy, you are welcome whenever you want to join us. I'd like to ask you, Mona, if Barack Obama is so damaging, in your opinion, to Israel, why do you think so many Jews supported and voted for Barack Obama? I think more Jews voted for Barack Obama than any other president in history. Why do you think Jews... I see you have this look of disdain on your face.
78% of the American Jewish population voted for Barack Obama, even though they had every reason to know that he was not a friend of Israel or the Jewish people, really. And I won't rehearse that whole history of what we learned about Obama in the 2008 race. Suffice it to say that they were on notice, and they voted for him anyway. And I know that, you know, many Jewish Americans are now, like many other Americans, are having a little bit of buyer's remorse and thinking that they might have made a mistake, and there's a lot of consternation among American Jews. But I am, you read my facial expression, I am a little impatient with American Jews, because my feeling is that they allowed their preference for the Democratic Party to override the tremendous risk that they were putting Israel in.
Well, let's get to that question. Why do you think Jews vote Democrat? Do you think the Democratic Party best represents the Jewish interests?
They probably think that even to ask that question is to ask the wrong question, right? They are for
they would never
universal...
Tell me, they would never tell me I'm asking the wrong question.
They would, because they don't respect traditional values. They have this universalist ethic. They think that Judaism itself is a little bit too particularistic. You know, they much prefer they much prefer this kind of vague internationalism.
So you're saying 78% of Jews are on the wrong path?
Well, politically, I think so. And
what about religiously? We know much more than 78% of Jews are on the wrong path. If you look at Washington Jewish community, there's 270,000 Jews in the greater Washington community, and on any given Shabbat, there's probably less than 10%, certainly in a synagogue. Certain, not to mention every day, where Jews need to be in synagogue every single day praying. So we couldn't say that from a religious perspective. They're certainly on the wrong path. I mean, some people have suggested that Barack Obama is the first Jewish president.
I don't know why people say such stupid things. I mean, that is just so preposterous.
But all of
we had a Seder at the White House, you know.
But
what?
The chief of staff is Jewish, Rahm Emanuel. He served in the Israeli army.
That is not important.
I mean, I don't know if he volunteered for this. So you're saying that, I mean, let's be clear. You don't think this is motivated by anti-Semitism?
No, it's not motivated by anti-Semitism.
So what's it motivated by? Paternalism?
What's his hostility to Israel motivated by? It's motivated by a basic orientation that believes that third world peoples are oppressed and first world peoples are oppressors. And Israel consists of first world people. And the Palestinians, by this reasoning, and I don't even think the whole rubric makes sense, but let's just take it as they see it. Palestinians are suffering third world peoples, and therefore, you know, it's our duty to. Well, they don't see it. They all of their sympathy, all of their concern tends to go to the third world struggles rather than to a nation that is just trying to stay alive.
We're going to continue with this thought right on our next clip of the Rabbi Shmuel Show.